Hunger is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the achievers. It's not something you can teach or borrow. It's something that burns inside you. Hunger is that unshakable desire to reach the next level, to keep moving even when you're exhausted, to keep believing even when no one else does. It's what pushes you out of bed at 4 a.m. when everyone else is sleeping. It's what keeps you grinding in silence while others are celebrating too early. When you have hunger, you don't need someone to push you. You push yourself. You don't wait for opportunities to come. You create them. You don't wait for the perfect time. You make the time. Hunger is not a mindset you turn on and off. It's a way of life, a fire that refuses to go out. You see, most people want success until it gets uncomfortable. They want the results, but not the process. They want the reward, but not the grind. But those who stay hungry know that success has a price, and they're willing to pay it every single day. Hunger means you never get satisfied, no matter how far you've come. You could be at the top of your game, and still, that voice inside you whispers, there's more. Keep going. Hunger doesn't let you rest on yesterday's achievements. It reminds you that the moment you start feeling full, you stop growing. It reminds you that there's always another level, another challenge, another mountain to climb. When you're hungry, you see failure differently. You don't take it as a reason to quit. You take it as fuel. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. When you're hungry, rejection doesn't break you. It builds you. You don't get bitter. You get better. You start to understand that the struggle is part of the process. That pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Hunger keeps you focused when distractions try to pull you away. It keeps your vision clear when others can't see what you see. It's that voice that says, keep pushing. You're not done yet. The truth is, hunger will take you places talent can't. Talent gets you noticed, but hunger keeps you going when talent fades. There are a lot of talented people in the world who never reached their potential because they got comfortable. But the hungry ones, they keep showing up. They keep learning. They keep evolving. Hunger is not about being greedy. It's about being purpose-driven. It's about knowing that you were built for something greater and refusing to settle for less. It's about refusing to let fear, doubt, or failure define your story. Ask yourself, when was the last time you felt that fire inside you, that unstoppable desire to win? If it's been a while, it's time to reignite it. Don't let comfort dull your edge. Don't let routine make you forget your reason. Remember why you started. Remember the times when you had nothing but hunger. That hunger was your greatest strength. It made you creative, disciplined, and resilient. You didn't need perfect conditions. You just needed a reason to keep fighting. That same hunger can carry you to new heights if you choose to feed it again. Stay hungry for progress, for growth, for greatness. Stay hungry for the version of yourself that you know you can become. Don't chase success just for the applause. Chase it for the impact. Chase it because you know that you have something valuable to give to this world. The world doesn't need more people who are full and comfortable. It needs people who are starving for change, for purpose, for excellence. So keep your hunger alive, protect it, nurture it. Because the moment you lose your hunger, you lose your power. And as long as you stay hungry, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It sneaks in quietly, disguised as peace, disguised as satisfaction, disguised as I've made it. But the truth is, comfort doesn't bring growth. It brings decay. The moment you start getting comfortable, you stop stretching yourself. You stop taking risks. You stop learning. And before you know it, the fire that once burned so bright inside you begins to fade. Staying comfortable might feel safe, but it's also the quickest way to stay stuck. Growth only happens in discomfort. Every time you step outside what's familiar, you expand your capacity to handle more, achieve more, and become more. Comfort is easy, but easy never built champions. Easy never made history. Easy never created greatness. When you live in comfort, you stop pushing your limits. You start settling for good enough. You convince yourself that you've done enough, that you've earned a break. But what you don't realize is that comfort breeds complacency, and complacency kills potential. It tells you that you can take it easy, that you can skip a day, that you don't need to push harder. And before long, that own day off becomes a habit. Your hunger fades, your standards drop, your purpose gets blurry. That's how dreams die, not with a loud crash, but with quiet comfort. The people who achieve greatness understand that comfort is temporary, but discipline is forever. They know that every step towards success comes with pain, uncertainty, and sacrifice. They don't avoid discomfort, they chase it. They understand that growth and pain are two sides of the same coin. You can't reach the next level if you're not willing to be uncomfortable. Every breakthrough requires you to face something that scares you, challenges you, or forces you to grow. The gym burns, but that's how muscles grow. Rejection hurts, but that's how confidence builds. Failure stings, but that's how resilience forms. Comfort feels good, but it teaches you nothing. Think about it. Every great story you've ever heard, every success you've ever admired came from someone who stepped out of their comfort zone. They faced uncertainty, doubt, and fear, but they kept moving anyway. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. The average person avoids discomfort. The exceptional one embraces it. They understand that comfort zones are prisons, beautiful, cozy prisons that slowly drain your potential. They choose growth over ease, purpose over pleasure, long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to feel uncomfortable. You have to be willing to do the things you don't want to do. Wake up earlier, work harder, take criticism, face rejection, sacrifice time, and keep going when no one's watching. You can't grow without friction. You can't evolve without stretching. The very thing that scares you is the thing that will shape you. Discomfort is proof that you're moving forward. If life feels too easy, it's a sign that you're playing too small. You should always be in a state of becoming, never settling, never stopping, never satisfied. Comfort is seductive. It tells you you've earned your rest, that you deserve to relax. And yes, rest is important, but there's a difference between rest and complacency. Rest is recovery. Complacency is surrender. Rest gives you energy. Comfort drains your ambition. Don't let comfort convince you that you've done enough when you still have more to give. Don't let it whisper to you that the fight is over when you've only just begun. The truth is, the life you want is waiting for you just beyond your comfort zone. Every time you resist the urge to settle, you grow stronger. Every time you choose challenge over ease, you build a new version of yourself. So if it's uncomfortable, good, that's where you're supposed to be. Keep stretching, keep fighting, keep growing, because comfort might make you feel safe, but discomfort will make you unstoppable. The real victory isn't found in ease. It's found in evolution. So never get too comfortable, because comfort kills hunger, and hunger is what keeps you alive. Discipline is what keeps you going long after motivation fades. Motivation is powerful, but it's temporary. It comes and goes with your emotions, your energy, your environment. Discipline, on the other hand, is permanent. It's the backbone of every successful person you've ever admired. It's waking up early when you don't feel like it. It's putting in work when no one's watching. It's saying no to excuses and yes to consistency. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you moving. Without discipline, your dreams are just wishes, your plans are just ideas, and your goals remain nothing more than words. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement, between potential and performance. When you rely only on motivation, you'll find yourself starting and stopping, up one day and down the next. Motivation is emotional. It's influenced by how you feel. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're busy, or if life is unfair. Discipline says, do it anyway. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who feel motivated all the time. They're the ones who act even when they don't. They show up every day, rain or shine. Tired or energized, inspired or uninspired, they've trained their minds to follow through no matter what. That's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Consistency in action. Discipline is a habit, and like any habit, it's built over time. It starts small, making your bed, sticking to your schedule, showing up when you said you would. Each act of discipline strengthens your mental muscle. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-trust. You start to believe that you can rely on you. And when that belief grows, your confidence skyrockets. Suddenly, doing the hard things becomes natural because you've trained yourself to choose progress over comfort. That's how discipline transforms your life, not overnight, but through daily, consistent action. The truth is, success doesn't require genius. It requires grind. It's not about doing big things occasionally, but small things repeatedly. The discipline to practice when no one's watching, to study when others are sleeping, to keep pushing when you've already failed. That's what builds greatness. You have to be willing to do what others won't so you can live how others can't. Every time you take a shortcut, you rob yourself of the growth that comes with doing it right. Discipline teaches you patience. It teaches you persistence. It teaches you to play the long game, to trust the process even when the results are slow. When life gets hard, discipline is what keeps you grounded. It's what stops you from quitting when everything inside you says, give up. It reminds you that you've come too far to turn back now. Discipline is not punishment, it's power. It's freedom. When you are disciplined, you're no longer controlled by moods, distractions, or temptations. You gain control over yourself, your mind, your body, your habits. And once you master yourself, you can master anything. Most people never reach their potential, not because they lack talent, but because they lack consistency. They start strong and finish weak. They wait to feel ready, but the truth is, you'll never feel ready. You just have to start and let discipline carry you the rest of the way. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up again and again, even after failure. Every rep counts. Every effort adds up. Every day of discipline compounds into a lifetime of success. So if you truly want to win, stop waiting for motivation to show up. Create habits that make motivation unnecessary. Train yourself to do the work whether you feel like it or not. Build routines that align with your goals. Stay consistent even when no one claps for you. Because the truth is, Discipline is what transforms dreams into reality. It's what turns effort into excellence. Motivation will start your engine, but discipline will get you to your destination. Pain is inevitable, but how you use it determines your future. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has learned how to turn pain into power. The difference between the ones who rise and the ones who fall isn't the amount of pain they face, it's what they do with it. Pain can either break you or build you. It can either make you bitter or make you better. The choice is yours. Most people run from pain. They see it as a punishment, as something to avoid. But the truth is, pain is life's greatest teacher. It reveals who you really are. It exposes your weaknesses and it forces you to grow stronger. When you face pain head on, it becomes fuel. It becomes the energy that pushes you to become more than you ever thought you could be. Every setback, every heartbreak, every failure carries a lesson inside it. But you'll never learn that lesson if you're too busy trying to escape the discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in easy times. It happens in the struggle. You build strength when life tests you. You build courage when you face fear. You build resilience when you're knocked down and choose to get back up. Pain shapes you into someone tougher, wiser, and more focused if you let it. The same fire that melts wax can harden steel. It's all about what you're made of and how you respond. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. You can decide to let pain be the reason you quit or the reason you fight harder. When you use pain as power, you stop asking why me and start asking, what is this teaching me? You begin to realize that every struggle is preparation for something greater. Pain builds perspective. It reminds you of your purpose. It gives meaning to your mission. Think about the times you've suffered, those moments when you felt broken, lost, or defeated. Those moments weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to develop you. They stripped away your comfort, forced you to face your limits, and introduced you to your true potential. Every scar you carry tells a story of survival, and every story of survival is a story of strength. Pain also builds empathy. When you've been through tough times, you understand others better. You become more patient, more compassionate, more driven to make a difference. You start to realize that your pain wasn't just for you. It was also for the people you'll inspire because of it. The strength you build in your darkest moments becomes the light someone else needs in theirs. That's how pain transforms into purpose. When you stop seeing pain as your enemy and start seeing it as your training ground, everything changes. You stop hiding from it. You start harnessing it. You start using it to sharpen your mind and strengthen your heart. Every challenge you face is shaping you for the next level. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. When you feel pain, it means you're alive. It means you're growing. It means you're on the path to something meaningful. The process might hurt, but the result is worth it. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a hard one. Because in that process, you'll discover your real power. Pain doesn't come to stop you. It comes to sculpt you. It removes the weaknesses, the doubts, the excuses, and leaves behind the warrior inside you. So the next time life hits you hard, don't crumble. Stand up and say, this is my fuel. Let your pain remind you of your purpose. Let it push you instead of paralyzing you. The stronger the pain, the greater the power it produces if you choose to use it right. Every storm you survive gives you power to face the next one. Pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally in transformation. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it turn you into the version of yourself that nothing and no one can break. The people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or pull you back. No matter how strong or focused you think you are, your environment shapes you. The truth is, energy is contagious. And if you hang around people with small minds, low standards, and no ambition, you'll start shrinking to fit their level. But when you surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you to be better, who refuse to let you settle, your life begins to change. You become sharper, hungrier, and more focused. Success is not a solo act. It's a team effort. You can't reach your full potential if you're constantly around people who don't believe in growth, who are comfortable staying the same, or who get intimidated by your progress. If you want to elevate, you have to evaluate who's around you. Look at your circle. Are they pushing you or pacifying you? Are they inspiring you or draining you? Some people love you, but they don't grow you. They keep you in a place where you feel safe but stagnant. They say, take it easy when you need to be told, keep going. They comfort you when you need to be challenged. That's not real support. Real friends won't let you settle for mediocrity. Real teammates will call you out when you're slacking. They'll hold you accountable and they'll remind you of your purpose when you forget. That's the kind of energy you need. People who see greatness in you and won't let you waste it. Every successful person has a circle that stretches them. Iron sharpens iron. When you're around people who operate at a high level, you naturally start leveling up. Their work ethic rubs off on you. Their discipline inspires you. Their hunger reignites yours. You start thinking bigger, moving faster, and believing stronger. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who complain, who make excuses, who spend their time talking instead of doing, that energy seeps into you. Slowly, without realizing it, you start lowering your standards. You start accepting good enough. That's why it's not about cutting people off out of arrogance. It's about protecting your mindset. Sometimes growth means outgrowing people. It's not personal, it's purpose. When you decide to chase your dreams, not everyone will understand. Some will call you obsessed. Some will say you've changed, and that's okay because you're supposed to change. You weren't meant to stay stuck where you started. Growth requires separation. If your circle doesn't celebrate your wins, if they get quiet when you succeed, if they make you feel guilty for wanting more, that's not your tribe. Find people who clap when you win and grind with you when you lose. Find people who challenge your comfort zone, who make you think deeper, work harder, and aim higher. Surrounding yourself with the right people isn't just about success. It's about survival. Life will test you. It will hit you hard. And in those moments, your environment matters more than ever. You need people who remind you why you started when you feel like quitting. You need people who speak life into you when your confidence breaks. You need people who see the vision even when you can't. That's why choosing your circle is one of the most powerful decisions you'll ever make. The wrong people will drain your energy, distract your focus, and delay your destiny. The right people will fuel your spirit, sharpen your skills, and help you grow faster than you ever could alone. You can't soar with eagles if you're hanging out with pigeons. You can't talk about dreams with people who gave up on theirs. Surround yourself with doors, believers, and fighters. Surround yourself with people who make you uncomfortable in the best way. People who make you raise your standards. Because in the end, your circle is a reflection of your future. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your destiny. Stay around people who make you hungry for growth, not comfortable with average. Protect your energy, protect your mindset, and build a circle that feeds your fire, not your fears. That's how you rise. Success is not something you achieve once and then keep forever. It's something you have to work for every single day. The phrase success is rented, not owned, and the rent is due every day. It means that you can never stop earning it. You can't rely on yesterday's victories to carry you through today's challenges. You can't live off old achievements or past glory. The grind never stops because success doesn't care about what you did yesterday. It only cares about what you're doing right now. Every single day, you have to wake up hungry, focused, and ready to put in the work again. The moment you stop paying rent, the moment you stop putting in effort, success starts to slip away. There's a reason why the best stay at the top. They never let themselves get comfortable. They treat every day like day one. They know that consistency is the price of greatness. Think about it. Champions don't train only when they feel like it. They train when they're tired, when they're sore, when no one's watching, because they understand that excellence is not a one-time act. It's a habit. You can't build a strong legacy on occasional effort. It takes discipline, focus, and repetition. Every rep in the gym, every late night study session, every extra hour of work, that's rent being paid. The truth is many people reach a certain level of success and then stop doing the things that got them there. They think they've arrived. They think they can coast. But success is not a destination. It's a journey. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start falling. Success demands constant effort, constant learning, constant growth. You have to keep improving, keep evolving, keep finding new ways to challenge yourself. The same hunger that got you to the top is the hunger that will keep you there. Once you lose that hunger, you lose your edge. Paying the rent for success means doing the little things right every single day. It means showing up even when you're not in the mood. It means staying disciplined when distractions come your way. It means holding yourself accountable when no one else does. It's about consistency over time. Success doesn't happen because of one big moment. It happens because of thousands of small choices stacked on top of each other. Every time you choose to keep going, every time you give your best, you're paying the rent. Even when you've achieved your goals, the rent doesn't stop. The higher you climb, the more rent you owe. The bigger your dreams, the greater the discipline required to sustain them. You can't relax just because you've had a few wins. That's when you need to work harder. Success is fragile. It's rented from the effort you put in daily. And if you stop paying, you lose it. That's why true champions never let up. They understand that every day is a test. Every day is another opportunity to prove their commitment. You might not always feel motivated, but you can always stay consistent. That's the key. Some days will be hard. Some days you'll question yourself. But as long as you keep paying that rent, step by step, you'll keep moving forward. And even when you fail, you're still building strength, resilience, and character, all of which make your foundation stronger for the next challenge. So don't get lazy. Don't let success make you soft. Celebrate your wins, but never settle. Keep earning it. Keep grinding. Because success doesn't care about excuses, and it doesn't take days off. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself that the rent is due. Pay it with effort. Pay it with discipline. Pay it with hunger. That's how you stay ahead. That's how you turn momentum into mastery. The rent will always be due, and the ones who keep paying it are the ones who stay on top, not for a moment, but for a lifetime.